First half, getting a perspective from the bench. I think it was actually, we didn't have the ball as much, but I thought we were composed. We kept them away from a decent amount of dangerous situations. We did give up a few big chances, but for the most part, I thought we could have been up 2 or 3-1, 2 or 3-0. It's just those fine margins about finishing those chances off. And then in the second half, like just coming from my perspective, not having an impact in the game when we come on and right away 2 goals given up, and then we just put ourselves in a hole. So it was tough in the second half. It's these little mistakes that we keep making that are putting ourselves out of games, and then we have to, chase the game, and we should be the ones in control.
Sorry, Matt Pollard, anywhere.
Cole, what was the message for you coming on it, in the second half, given you came on with Calvin? There was still an opportunity to try and get something out of the game.
Yeah, we changed formations a little bit when we came on. We went into a 5 diamond 1 and moved Sammy underneath Calvin. And then we had 3 midfielders to try to deal with Zellaround and Cucho dropping in. But it was quite tough. I felt like we just weren't getting to many balls. At that point, we were always late. And a couple goals after a couple, like 10, 15 minutes, and then we were in a tough hole. So the message was to try to go win the game. I mean, me and Calvin coming on, we want to go score goals and try to create chances, but we really didn't have too many opportunities to do that. And some of it is, I was sloppy personally. I gave away about 3 or 4 balls before the goal at the end. So I don't think our impact was good enough from the start, and there was a couple goals in between, and that kind of lost our momentum from there.
Hi, Cole. Thanks for the time.
Mm-hmm.
I guess 6 losses in a row across all competitions, but as you mentioned it's a matter of fine margins. But whether you were recovering from injury or making your way back onto the field, I guess, does it feel like you're in the middle of a pretty lengthy losing streak, considering how well the team has played at times?
Yeah, no, it does, because it has been a short period of time, but because it's only been probably 2 weeks since it started, just because we're playing every 3 days. But these 2 weeks have sucked. Every 3 days coming back pissed is not how we want to be, and we go into every single game wanting to win, wanting to pick up 3 points. We're not just coming to participate. We have a job to do, and we want to win for this club and do well, and we have the players and the staff, the coaching staff, to do it. Just right now, we do go through these spells, but I think each and every one of us have to, hold our own selves accountable, and each other to do more, because these little things that we're giving up in games, we normally just don't give up. It's hurting us, and we're gonna have to dig ourselves out of this. But as the season goes along, we're just putting ourselves in a hole right now. So we're gonna have to start winning games at the same rate that we're losing them right now.
Go back to Matt.
Cole, the medical room and the training room when you're rehabbing, coming back from injury, can be a dark place, but it hasn't been a lonely place this season or last season. Has there been any camaraderie between you and some of the other injured players who've been living in training, and how has that maybe helped you with your mentality to try and have an impact in these 2 sub-appearances?
Yeah, there has been a little bit. I mean, me and Pricey have kind of been out on the same time frame. I think I was 1 week after he got hurt, so we've been together a lot. And yeah, it's not been nice that we're hurt, but it has been at least positive having somebody with you to be able to talk stuff through. But our injury list is way too long this year. We shouldn't have 10 injuries 15 games into the year. So we're missing a lot of big guys, especially in attack right now. I mean, you got Galvan, Barrios, Diego, who are all key pieces. I'm probably missing somebody else, but yeah, we just shouldn't have that many injuries right now. So it's tough, because the trainers are being given a lot of injuries, and they're having to deal with a lot of them. And yeah, it's tough for the coaching staff as well, because they don't have all their players that they want to choose from. So hopefully we get all those guys back soon. I think they're all close, besides Pricey at this point. But I think once we get everybody back, we'll be challenging again.
Sports Magazine.
Hey Cole, Robin mentioned that your goal tonight wasn't much of a consolation for the match, but it can be a sign of good things to come from you. Just how are you feeling in your recovery currently, and what are you excited for the next few weeks?
I was feeling really good. I thought coming into the Cincy game last week, I was feeling very good. I had a couple relapses, which were tough during the process of coming back. And as an injured player, when you kind of have a timeline set and then you have little stuff that pops up along the way, it's not always easy to deal with that mentally. But last week, I felt like I was in a good spot. I thought I did well versus Cincy coming in. I felt sharp, quick with the ball and stuff like that. But, tonight, for some reason, I just didn't, get into the game as well. And I had a couple turnovers, but obviously the goal does give you a little bit of confidence. And it's good to know, just like, even if you're having, a tough game, I can pull out moments of quality like that. So I just got to keep pushing and be more consistent and get back to my old self. But I don't think I'm far off, because versus Cincy, I felt exactly how I was before. It's just, one rough patch, and hopefully by Saturday I can be starting the game.
I'll go back to Brendan.
Well, I guess regarding Sam Nicholson, he was able to get into so many bright spots tonight, and really when we saw him at the start of the year, when he was pretty much a left back, and now we've been able to see his attacking prowess. I guess is seeing his versatility in the last couple games a big boost for you, or a big surprise considering how long you've known him, or is that just Sam?
No, that's Sammy, man. We've asked him to do a lot of different jobs this year, and personally, I know that's very tough. I had to do that a couple of years ago, and it's not always easy when you're changing positions so much. And, he's dealt with it very well. I don't think there's been many games where you're like, oh, Sam wasn't that great tonight. Like, he's consistently been putting in good performances for us. And it was good for him confidence-wise, and just to show his quality that he can get on the end of things as well, because he has been a little bit more defensive this year, I'd say, in his positioning. So it's good to know that we can count on him really to play anywhere. Obviously, we don't want him to play out of position and not in his spot, but I think tonight was a little bit closer to what he's used to. So he showed his quality in those moments.
We'll go back to the last one.
Michael, nothing to do with tonight's game. I haven't spoken to you since Feyenoord clinched the league. What you make of how they ended their season?
Yeah, it was a positive. Very happy for them, and they deserve it. The whole team works super hard. The coaching staff is unbelievable. I'm not very surprised Schlott was linked with the Spurs job and stuff like that. He was an amazing coach. At times I wish I could have been a part of it, just because I helped build them for that season, and we started the season well, and then I left. But I'm happy to be back at the same time, and happy to see them that they won. So now I've kind of got a job to do here. They did their job over there, so now I got to help Rapids get in the playoffs and hopefully win something here.